actually up in arms against Paul Tungwarara. We saw the drama of his event by, was it Friday, if not Saturday? But what I know is that during the 11th hour, his event was finally cancelled by Machacha using the name of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, giving the impression that Mnangagwa is against Tungwarara. We saw Barakashis issuing a lot of threats against Tungwarara. But guess what? The very same Tungwarara, today pictures are surfacing of him having met with Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, appearing to be cordial and smiling. What is happening within ZANU-PF? Is there a sincere rift between Gudawashe Chakure as well as Paul Tungwarara, or it's a choreographed fight meant to actually dissuade the people of Zimbabwe or to divert their attention from the real fight between retired General Chiwenga as well as Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa? All this will be unpaid broadcast. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we become live, you become the very first one to watch us. So in my view, the fight between Tungwarara as well as Gudawashe Takure, as much as it is sincere, that fight is actually manufactured from of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. There appears to be actually division in the bedroom of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa supporting Tungwarara, while on the other hand, it is said that the wife of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is spearheading Gudawashe Takure in terms of who to support between these two. But I think I have always placed it on record that Tungwarara going against Gudawashe Takure. Now, if you see what he is doing, Tungwarara is for the 2030 term extension for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Wherever he is in public, he emphasizes on the 2030 term extension, criticizing Blessed Geza, appearing to promote unity between Mnangagwa as well as retired General Chiwenga. He knows that is actually an it's a goal that cannot be easily achieved under the current gauges of the temperature. But well, he is giving that the false impression, all for what? Nobody knows. But I strongly believe Mnangagwa saw that Takure was acting and behaving like a president, and that he was capturing ZANU-PF, senior ZANU-PF officials who are siding with him. And also he has gathered a large team of social media, actually Barakashis, that almost all Barakashis, except just a few, they are in the pockets of Gudawashe Takure. That is why each and every, if Chris Mutswangwa, of which Chris Mutswangwa has revealed that the press statements, controversial press statements that he has been making in the past, he was given a green light by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Every time Chris Mutswangwa went against Gudawashe Takure, Barakashis would be up in arms to try and actually decampaign anyone who actually comes up against Gudawashe Takure. So I strongly believe that conflict is actually it's coming from straight the bedroom of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa wants to cut the wings of Gudawashe Takure. That is why you have seen Gudawashe Takure toning down in terms of his presidential ambitions. There are various social media accounts on internet that are busy promoting the presidency of Mnangagwa Shetakure. Of course, he has distanced himself on those accounts. That is what actually presidential aspirants always do. That is how politicians. Politics is a game. Sometimes not every if you ask Fikile Mbalula on whether he has presidential ambitions, he may deny. Equally so, if you ask Patrice Motsepe on whether he has presidential ambitions in South Africa, he will also equally deny. But these people knowing very, very well that they are eyeing the presidency in that particular country. So this is exactly what is happening with Mnangagwa. Don't expect that, as long as there is a sitting president, it would sound disrespectful. For example, Mnangagwa Shetakure was somehow showing some disrespectful traits towards Emmerson Mnangagwa, and that is why Mnangagwa might have allowed Tungwarara and hinted to his ears that campaign to be co-opted by Manicaland. Because I can tell you and attest to you that if Mnangagwa is against that, the moves that were made by Tungwarara, that would have been stopped. Now, you saw the days when retired General Chwenga opposed the co-option of Emmerson Mnangagwa. The next thing, Mnangagwa appears playing golf with Mnangagwa Shetakure. Mnangagwa Shetakure, hacking, I don't know what was that, hacking Emmerson Mnangagwa appearing like a drunk person, and we saw that video actually going viral on various social media accounts, and it was clear the message was, even though Chwenga is against you, I am with you. And today, Barakashis were busy insulting left, right, and center. Mnangagwa Shetakure, even individuals like Themba Mliso are busy doing so. But guess what? Mnangagwa appears with the very same guy that Barakashis are busy character assassinating, long essays being written about him, and also justifications on Mnangagwa Shetakure presented as a good person who is just supporting Emmerson Mnangagwa, not having presidential ambitions. But you can see it's written all over the world. The motorcade that the man is using vehicles that are not registered, like a state president not paying toll gates, that speaks volumes. That speaks of a man whose presidential ambitions are quite clear. But these ambitions, as much as they may be opposed by Chwenga and war veterans, they are equally also opposed by Mnangagwa. So, Tungwarara is just defending the interest of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Obviously, it comes with a benefit of being co-opted into the Central Committee. Takure sees a competitor, but I don't think he is more of a competitor. He is more of a weapon that is used by Mnangagwa to make Mnangagwa Shetakure to think twice, especially about the presidency. Though Mnangagwa might have anointed him, I've said that you should never believe everything that you are told by Mnangagwa, because Mnangagwa indicates left while it's going right. Yes, that is the typical character of a president like Mnangagwa. You would never know whether his right is right. His right may actually be a left. A typical example of a chameleon. He adapts depending on the environment. If he's in a green tree, he turns green, whilst he's not necessarily green. So it's someone that you cannot politically trust. You can ask that to individuals like Blessed Keza and retired General Chwenga. They were once working together with him. They trusted him so much. They even gave him power with the hope that he was not going to forget about them. He did not only forget about them, but he came after their lives. And they are actually lucky to be surviving at the moment. I can tell you, he is looking forward for any mistake that they make to actually get rid of them. So quite an interesting political development happening in Zimbabwe. A lot of highly complicated political drama unfolding within the crumbling ZANU-PF. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Signing off. Let me love.